Hi, I'm Wayne Allyn Root for America. I've predicted publicly for a year now that Hillary, although a prohibitive favorite, might never become the Democratic nominee for President of the United States. Don't look now, but at this moment, Hillary is still far from a sure thing to become the Democratic standard bearer. As of last night, she lost Oregon and barely squeaked by in Kentucky. Bernie has now won 11 of the last 14 primaries and caucuses. This is your Democrat nominee? The winner of your presidential nomination has lost just shy of 80% of her races coming down the home stretch. If Hillary was a racehorse with that record, they'd send her to the glue factory. Call me crazy, but don't presumptive nominees usually win about 80% of their races? This has to be the first time in history the leader of the party has lost 80%. I'm not sure you call someone like that leader or nominee. Usually you call someone like that loser. Hillary is certainly still the favorite, if only because of the scam of superdelegates. The Democratic nomination is basically rigged. As far as the experts are concerned, because of those superdelegates, Hillary has the nomination locked up, but she appears to be crawling on her knees over razor blades towards the finish line. First, well, she's the clear-cut delegate winner, and we all know that everyone loves a winner. It's got to be downright frightening, maddening for Democrats that she still can't put it away against a wild-eyed radical socialist from Vermont who wants 90% tax rates and would add $18 trillion to the national debt. Then there's the FBI. They're closing in. No matter how many times Hillary or her delusional aides claim the investigation is only a security inquiry, it doesn't change the reality. FBI Director Comey recently set them straight. The FBI doesn't do security inquiries. This is a criminal investigation. Then there's that millstone hanging around Hillary's neck. Bill Clinton. Can you become president when your husband is the DC version of Bill Cosby? We're about to find out. The stories about Bill's reckless and possibly criminal behavior keep popping out of the closet. First, there's the beautiful blonde friend who got $2 million for the Clinton Global Initiative and another $800,000 in government contracts with Bill's help. Don't we all wish we had friends like that? Worse, there's the new disclosure that Bill took 26 flights on a sex offender's plane called the Lolita Express. It flew nonstop to Orgy Island, where old men cavorted with young 13 to 15-year-old girls. Bill flew 5 times without his Secret Service detail. This isn't a scandal, it's a disaster for Hillary. The question is, can Hillary crawl past the finish line? And if she does, will she be so crippled for the general election she becomes a liability, a sitting duck for Donald Trump? Have you seen the latest polls? She's tied within the statistical margin of error with Trump nationally and tied in key battleground states. That's not good news. If Hillary had a good chance to beat Trump, she should be up by double digits right now. I have close friends in high Democratic circles. Trust me, they're beginning to panic. They're starting to think about Plan B, and that doesn't include either Hillary or Bernie being the nominee. So let me lay out a very plausible scenario. What if Hillary's ratings erosion continues or even deepens? What if over the next 60 to 90 days before the conventions, she finds herself down 5 to 7 points to Donald Trump? What if the FBI recommends indicting Hillary over the email scandal? A very real possibility. Would Obama allow the DOJ to indict? I used to think no, but I now believe the answer to that question depends on only one factor: is Hillary beating Trump? Every DC insider knows Obama has no love or loyalty for Hillary. I'm betting if Obama senses Hillary is a sinking Titanic and he still has time before the convention, he'll throw her under the bus. At this point, I would guess he gives Hillary a choice that's no choice at all. Be indicted, lose the presidential race, and risk a long-term jail term, or announce to the world that your cough has become a real medical issue and you'll have to decline the nomination and then receive a presidential pardon. That means all her delegates become free agents and a new nominee can be substituted at the Democratic National Convention. I've always predicted Obama would prefer Joe Biden or Elizabeth Warren as the nominee, or the combination of Biden-Warren. He may yet get his wish. But this much I know: Hillary is sinking faster than the Titanic. No one who loses 80% of her races can become the nominee. No one who faces an FBI recommendation for indictment can become the nominee. No one with a husband channeling Bill Cosby at Orgy Island can become the nominee. Yet no one in the Democratic Party is saying a thing, at least not publicly. But trust me, privately, the panic and desperation is setting in. This is madness. Good luck to the Democratic Party. You're going to need it. I'm Wayne Allyn Root for Root for America. God bless America.